Welcome, everyone. I hope you're loving these live chats because we're making lots of progress out there. We're touching lives. We're all working together. I want to give everyone lots of love and blessings. I hope you'll enjoy this program. We're going to move real quick. If we have time, we will get you on the platform for your questions, but I want to move real quick right into it. This is all about olive oil. And obviously, when we talk about olive oil, we're talking about the extra virgin olive oil, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But what I did is I made some little notes because I don't want to leave out some really important things. So I'm going to really move quick. I think you're really going to enjoy this when it comes to olive oil. First question is, how many people out there use olive oil on a regular basis? I mean, you may be sauteing with it, putting it as dressings for your salads, mixing it with your vegetables, maybe with your garlic, whatever you're doing. And I want to say hello to all our beautiful countries out there tuning in right now, which we'll get back to you a little later. But one thing about olive oil is it's powerful. It's that powerful. And I'll go into some different ways of getting it into our system. But for me, I drink olive oil. And I'll talk about that a little later too. Now, we think of the Mediterranean diet. This is basically rich in olive oil, preferably extra virgin olive oil, because it is the least refined. Obviously, they have regular olive oils and virgin olive oil, but extra virgin olive oil is the least refined, and that is the best thing. But what they found is that the antioxidants in olive oil helps heart disease, cardiovascular disease. Now, if you're out of the country, United States, and there are many other countries out there who have very high amount of heart disease and cardiovascular disease, but United States has a very, 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 very high amount of cardiovascular disease. And I blame that in the sense of the refined and processed foods, as well as your trans fats, not necessarily your saturated fats, because whole natural saturated fats are actually healthy as long as you're not eating bad saturated fats, just like, your extra virgin coconut oil. People are knocking that, but there's a lot of good things, particularly in saturated fats. But I'm not telling you to stay on saturated fats, because between the saturated fat and the unsaturated fat, primarily the monounsaturated fatty acid, as we look at extra virgin olive oil, this is the best. And there's no reason. Now, it may not have your medium chain triglycerides like the coconut oil, but when it comes down to every day of increasing our HDLs or high density lipoproteins, that's the key player here. So when we look at the Mediterranean diet and we look at people in Italy and people in certain countries, very low heart disease, even cancer, certain cancers, because these strong antioxidants in here can do wonders when it comes down to helping that as well. But we're looking at HDLs or high density lipoproteins, as well as our LDLs and triglycerides. When we have high LDLs, which is our low density lipoproteins, that's when we get plaquing. Let me just kind of move around a little bit, and I'll come back to the videos after. Let me just go through this fast so I can come back to a couple little videos I put out there, and then I'll show you a little bit more as we progress. I have a few things in order I don't want to miss out on, but we look at the Mediterranean diet, and they believe in, your nuts and your natural things. They say lean meats, not real fatty things, chicken and stuff like that. Not so much meats in itself, but I'm not going to go into diets here because there could be a lot of debate on that. But what I want to do, first of all, one thing about olive oil, no matter what diet you're on, it goes with it. It goes with a keto, goes with a paleo, goes with low fat, it goes with everything. But there is so much to be said about this when it comes down to heart disease and heart attacks and clogging of the arteries. It can really do miracles for you. Now, you could be taking this with garlic, which I think is great. Sauteed garlic is one of my favorites, a great cleanser. You can be taking olive oil with different herbs, as well as your veggies, your fibrous veggies, very, very healthy. But this is something that can actually help type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, and I'm going to get to that in just a second. I'm kind of jumping around here. I want to see if I miss anything here. So we're looking at these phenols, all right? And these phenols, these antioxidants, is what prevents that inflammation. Remember, the one biggest thing about extra virgin olive oil is it reduces inflammation. And inflammation is the key when it comes down to heart disease. So let's go into a few different properties. There's anti-cancerous properties with olive oil, particularly with breast. If I recall, let's just see if I read up on that. I believe with breast and I believe with colon, they talk about. There's a lot of studies on that. But when it comes down to type 2 diabetes, this makes you more insulin sensitive. So when we're insulin resistant, that means that the glucose can't get in the cells. This does the reverse. So people who are diabetic, this you can go crazy with this stuff. You got no insulin that's going to be secreted. You got nothing that's going to affect your glucose. And this is a win-win situation. And I like you guys just to kind of dig deep on this one, insulin sensitivity, because the research is out there and you may want to look into this. I'm just kind of throwing things out at you. Anyone who has inflammatory conditions like osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, any type of autoimmune disease, this helps reduce the oxidative stress markers within your body, within the bloodstream. This will reduce the stress markers. It works with the anti-inflammatory, the omega-3 fatty acids. This can actually strengthen joints. When I say strengthen, improve your hand grip strength. Believe it or not, it can help. It says strengthen, but when it comes down to that morning stiffness, you may want to supplement with a little bit of extra olive oil, kind of throw it in a tablespoon and put it down. Let me pull up my other thing here because I got a lot of great things to talk about. So those antioxidants, which there are 30 different types of phenolic compounds in it, that actually protects your body against those free radicals. And those free radicals is what actually ages us. This is what causes cell damage. This is what causes diseases in our body. So this prevents oxidation. And oxidation goes hand in hand with LDLs, the low density lipoprotein. The oxidation is what actually causes the inflammation and the setup of what the body wants to start to attack something. So if you got oxidation occurring somewhere, the body will then start to repair it. Unfortunately, it starts to thicken it with plaque, calcium, LDLs. So the benefit of extra virgin olive oil is to raise those HDLs. The research shows that as the HDLs become higher, those are our Pac-Man. That's what actually searches for the extra LDLs in our body, takes it back to the liver and excretes it. So as it excretes the LDLs, we're getting rid of the damage. The LDLs, the oxidative LDLs, is what actually causes all these significant problems. The majority of extra virgin olive oil is monounsaturated fatty acids, the majority makeup. It doesn't have a lot of polyunsaturated fatty acids. So people say, yes, there is omega-6s, but it's the polyunsaturated fatty acids within the omega-6s that make it dangerous. And because this does not have a lot, that's why it is still very, very safe. So we're looking at about 73% of the total oil content is the monounsaturated fatty acid. And the main majority of fatty acids in olive oil is the oleic acid, which can do wonders. Yes, when it comes down to cancer of the breast, and if anyone out there has been diagnosed as breast cancer or know of someone, share this, because the studies are out there, particularly with breast cancer, and you know how high that is. Now, as we reduce the the cholesterol or that makeup of the clogging within the arteries, what are we doing? We're opening up the arteries. So therefore, we have more blood supply, less resistance on the heart. That means that blood pressure goes down. Yes, people who are on extra virgin olive oil can lower your blood pressure. And just look at, for every 100 people, probably 50 of them have high blood pressure. So this can do wonders. So when it comes to inflammation, even people, they've compared it to people who are taking ibuprofen for pain. Even it's the oleocanthols in here that work similar. It's a great anti-inflammatory. You can start supplementing. This reduces C-reactive protein. And again, this will actually lower the risk of heart attack and strokes. That's right, because it will reduce and prevent atherosclerosis. It will lower blood pressure because atherosclerosis, hardening, the plaquing of the arteries, as well as high blood pressure together leads to stroke and heart attacks. So what are we talking about? It's lowering the LDLs, the cholesterol from oxidation. It's lowering inflammation. It's improving the blood vessel lining, the intima, the internal layer of the blood vessel. You have a few layers in there, but the inner layer, it's improving the blood vessel layers, preventing it from plaquing. And this is the key thing on preventing clogging of the arteries and problems, because people who are type 2 diabetes, even insulin resistant, who have high glucose levels, that sugar will cause plaquing within those arteries. But if we can counteract it with the extra virgin olive oil, we could be doing a blessing for our body. Now, what about weight loss? Yes, it helps reduce weight. There's a lot of metabolic changes that occurs in the body as a result of this oil, but it will cause satiety. It won't give you that urge to overeat. It will allow you to eat proper foods, because if you're eating too much sugar, the wrong sugars, the refined sugars, it's empty calories. Your ghrelin levels within your body are going to fly high, and your leptin levels are going to drop low. It's going to make you crave more. But by putting this in your body, this can do wonders for you. So I just thought that's a really important thing. And then they talk about conditions with arthritis and Alzheimer's, with changes in plaquing of the brain, how it can help that. So if you know of anyone who's suffering with any type of, neurodegenerative problems, particularly up in the brain, it may be a blessing for you as well. Remember, my job here is to share the information with you, because if you can get one tip that can make a huge difference, we're saving lives. We really are. Now, here's a little bonus. Well, before we go to that, let me go to some of my quick videos. I'll just put it all together, and I'll just briefly talk about this. You'll like this. This is kind of entertaining, but we'll go through it real quick. Just take a minute. Okay, so here we have the intima, the inside of the vessel walls. All right, we have the white blood cells and the red blood cells traveling through. Everything looks really, really wonderful there. And here we have the inner part of the blood vessels going into the lungs. It tells you there's the heart beating in there, and there is the lungs. So everything is interrelated back to good circulation. Now here is the blood vessels. And this is what we're talking about. You got a lot of blood vessels inside your body, a lot of blood vessels. And you know what? I'm not sure if you're hearing me when I'm putting these videos on. So just in case, you may not be able to, because this may overtake the sound out because I'm talking while I put this video on. But the first one is just the normal circulation. The second one is oxygen going into the lungs. And that last one was just the arteries. This is the heart, just to show you the heart circulation, because I don't know if you can hear me when I'm talking, but I'm going to talk over it again. This is the heart circulation, just the heart beating. Okay, as we can see that. Now, the next one I want to show you is actually clogging of an artery. This will show you that when the LDLs are low, the inflammation is high. This is going to show you plaquing inside of an artery. And the last one will show you what happens when the coronary arteries become blocked as a result of plaquing to the heart. So this is just the inside of the lumen of the artery right here. Okay. And I don't know if you're hearing me, and I'll figure this out later, but you can just see how it starts to coagulate. That's the coagulation. Now, all that is coagulation. Now, you can see how all that coagulates, and that's what happens on the internal part of the arteries. And so imagine you have an artery so wide, we're just exaggerating, and one half of that artery is filling up with plaque. That means you have half the amount of oxygen trying to make its way through. And obviously the heart has to pump harder, and that's going to increase blood pressure. And this last one is going to show you what happens when the heart is not getting its proper blood supply due to clogging of the artery right here. So we can see that, how it actually causes clogging of that artery and affects the heart, which can lead to obviously significant problem. That ischemic area to the heart can lead to a lot of issues. But let me just do this first. I will go ahead, comment. I will make a little invite if somebody wants to make a comment here about olive oil, about you taking olive oil, if it's helped your blood pressure, something you're doing, a type of elixir, anything you like to talk to our audience about, any tip about olive oil. We really would like you to come up on the platform with me. Here is the address to the platform. I'm putting it in the the chat room right now and feel free to come in. And here's a little bonus. I want to talk about olive oil outside the kitchen. You know, olive oil could be used, believe it or not, in place of shaving cream. It's great for oil pulling when it comes to getting the bacteria out of your mouth. Essential oils are usually mixed with olive oil that we can use for other, because as a carrier oil, which is extremely important for the skin. People have used it in your hair, particularly like coconut oil, as a deep conditioner. It's a great moisturizer because of the antioxidants, as well as those nutrients inside of it that actually help dry and sensitive skin. People use it as an exfoliator, sometimes mixing it with a type of sugar with the outside of the skin. People use it as a lip scrub, a makeup remover. This is something that can save you a lot of money from buying those expensive things when it comes to your skin. And believe it or not, it works great for removing grease on your skin. If you just take about a teaspoon with some salt or sugar, put it in your palms for a few minutes, and rinse it like this, it will get rid of that grease. It's kind of interesting. And for your ears, they say a few drops of olive oil can actually flush out the ear buildup of wax. People want to know how to remove wax, and people use olive oil. Little things around the house. It's a great furniture polish. It's a leather polish. You can polish your shoes. It can shine your sink. It takes away gunk products. If you have any sticky mess, by maybe removing labels or jars, you have that gunk on it. And when it comes down your zippers, you know, sometimes women, you pull your zipper up, it doesn't want to go, you pull it across, or even men, you pull your zipper up down there, it just locks in there. Take a little olive oil on there, and it will work like a charm. And when it comes to stopping squeaks around your neighborhood or in your house or your doors, you can take a little olive oil, believe it or not, a drop or two. It works as good, if not better than anything, and it's safe. You don't have to smell that WD-40 and stuff on there. So I thought that was really interesting. Well, you know, that's all I really wanted to say, but I will, if anyone wants to come up before we close the program out, because this will again be on the program, on my channel. This is something I want other people to see. And if you are new to the channel, I ask you please to subscribe, because only one reason. I want to see you, your family, and loved ones healthy. And my job is to try to do that for you. That's what gives me gratification. That's what gives me drive. That's what gives me that flame of energy from the man above that gives me that love that I'm helping other people. So I really would love you to make sure you see our videos and the ones in the future, because we've got a lot of great things coming up. Any last ones that want to come up? Okay. Any last people that want to come up here? Here is the stream. Go ahead and follow that stream. I'll give you a minute or so. If you wanted to say anything about olive oil, about you using it, okay, me, I'll take an olive oil. I'll take about a tablespoon, put it down in the morning. And let me tell you something. It works like a charm. Sometimes I'll chop up a clove of garlic and just put it down. If I feel a cold coming on, or I feel my resistance down, a little garlic and an olive oil is probably one of the best things you can do as an antiviral type of natural homeopathic natural medicine. There's nothing better. Remember, the herbs are powerful, and if you utilize them correctly, you can get great results. Let's go. We got a few people want to share a few things. We have Imi. Is it Imi or Imi?
It's Imi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. And you sound okay. I'm going to say something. I'm going to say kumusta, because you sound Filipina.
Yes, opo. But I'm glad you know how to speak to God. I have two screens here, kind of like caught my attention to the other screen. Well, first of all, Dr. Mandell, I would like to thank you, because I've been following you a lot since I was diagnosed with cancer. And I'm a survivor. I don't have cancer anymore. And then the latest thing that I did was the olive oil. I've been doing it for almost 2 weeks now. And one thing I noticed is I don't have back pain anymore. I had a struggle in getting up from bed, and I have sciatica problem, and that's one of the reason why I couldn't get life insurance. They couldn't approve me for a long-term care because of that. I've been seeing a chiropractor, and it went to my record. So anyway, with the olive oil, since I start using it, I notice I don't have pain, and I'm teaching Zumba too. I'm Zumba instructor, yeah, and I'm also with on top of the olive oil with your other videos. it helped me to boost my stamina because I'm on keto lifestyle right now.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And you notice it's the natural anti-inflammatory in there that's really helping your inflammation. And in any type of disease, cancer, it doesn't matter what you call it, keep the inflammation down, keep the sugars down, which you are, because you just told me you're the keto girl, right?
Yeah, I'm originally from 149 pounds. I'm now in between 118 and 123 pounds.
God bless you. Perfect. A quick question before I let you go. Are you Bisaya or Tagalog?
Oh, I'm Tagalog.
Okay, so you're from Manila area?
I'm from Bulacan.
Oh, beautiful. You're beautiful.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You say magandang, magandang.
Salamat. Guwapo ka.
All right, salamat. All right,
so
beautiful.
much.
Thank you so much for the information. Stay in touch too.
Yes, thank you. I will.
Okay. All right, bye-bye now. Latina, hi, sweetheart.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
Good. Can we say something quick about olive oil to our people listening out there for you?
I have problems with my digestive system to where everything was going through me. I had constant diarrhea. I have SIBO and I have ulcerative colitis, very bad, with the food. I started taking olive oil and lemon juice every day on empty stomach, and now it's been 3 weeks. Thank God now I can eat and without running to the bathroom constantly. And I have been able to be out of the bed without having such tremendous pains in my stomach. It's like the olive oil just lubricates my stomach, and the lemon has gotten, it's like combined have given me energy and got rid of my fatigue. The fatigue was awful.
Good for you.
Awful.
You were very toxic too, because the lemon
very much so. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to share that. That's very powerful what you just shared right there. Stay in touch too. Okay, God bless you.
Well, thank you. God bless you too.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. That was beautiful. Luann, are you there, Luann?
I am.
Can we say a quick little something about olive oil before we make our way off?
Just give me a quick breast protocol. I have lumps, I think it's from coffee, and I've got an appointment at Mayo, and I'd like to get rid of it before I go. So what's the best daily protocol to help breast tissue?
I didn't hear you. Breast
tissue, yeah.
You're saying to help breast tissue?
Yeah.
I could not answer that because there'd be too many different factors when it comes to that, even particularly hormone, estrogen, progesterone. That would be something you would probably need to get blood work and labs up to be able to get that consistent. Okay, let's go to Laura. You will be our last beautiful lady here before we make way. What can you say about olive oil? You sound like you are an educated lady.
What I want to say is I don't know how long you can keep it. Like, I've got a couple of big cans of it, and I'm not really crazy about the taste, but I don't know how you can tell if it's bad or not. How long it would last on the shelf.
There was always an expiration on there. Every olive oil. Always look at the expiration, and it can actually go over that. But if you just stay with the expiration, keep it just at your normal room temperature outside, and you're on your counter. Most olive oils, you'll notice they're darker on the outside because it doesn't allow all the light to come in easy. And I would recommend that even if you don't drink it, use it. Put it on your, mix it with the vinegar, or apple cider vinegar, or with your sauteed garlic and your veggies, but you don't have to drink it. Okay. People that drink it.
Saying these cans of olive oil, they're like in a big tin can, gallon size tin, and they're a couple years past the date, and I didn't want to throw them out.
No. I would stick with the date. You got to be careful because oils can get rancid. All oils. It doesn't matter what oil it is.
Okay.
So God bless you. Thank you very much. Anyways, I just wanted to give the love out there, and I appreciate everyone out there taking the time and the love to come back. As we'll do the last minute or so, let me know where you're tuning in from out of the United States. I love doing this because I love how everyone in the chat room gets to see where everyone is worldwide. And here is Palestine. Okay. I just want to show everyone out there how much love we have out there in our people out there. And I am just going to go ahead and post this real quick as everyone's going to type in where they're from outside the United States. And I think you guys would like to see this. Okay. And all I can tell you guys is really consider olive oil. Do your research. Look, Google it. I mean, there's so many different things. Hello, Africa. Oh, my goodness. Australia, we have you here. Pittsburgh, Canada. Trinidad and Tobago. We're moving quick, guys. Hold on with me. Okay, Illinois. You guys are really moving quick. Oh, we have the Netherlands. Oh, that was Canada. We want to say hello to New Delhi. And people out there in India, I wish you please stay safe out there. I hear what's happening out there in the pandemic. Please stay safe. Japan, God bless you, sweetheart. That is beautiful. Germany. We just missed you, Germany. We have Belize, Philippines, Arizona, and I do apologize if I don't get back to you because this thing moves real quick. Okay, South Africa, we say hello to you. Alabama, Pakistan, Thailand, Sawadee Krab, Namaste. Scotland, we say hello to you. Mexico, Alaska, all the way on the other side. Ethiopia, God bless you, people. Thank you so much. Thank you for the love. It means a lot to us as well as all the people here in the United States. That we got beautiful people out there just tuning in from all around the world, gaining this education. That's a beautiful thing. And I'll end up right here in the Florida Sunshine State because that's where I'm at. So anyways, I want to say God bless to all of you. Please stay safe. Share these videos with those that can really benefit. And Russia, we got to get you here. We haven't seen Russia yet. Thank you so much. And thank you, Malaysia, way out there, quite far away. But just stay safe. And we will continue to punch on these live streams because we're really helping a lot of people. So God bless everyone. Stay safe. And we'll catch up with you real soon. Bye-bye now.